Hello and welcome to the On Pointless podcast. Your host today is Curt. Welcome, Curt.
That was weird. Okay, well, Chara's apparently doing the introduction. So our intro question for this week that I guess Chara didn't know is, what's your favorite movie with a color in the title? Chara?
Well, in high school, I was really into Moulin Rouge. I really loved the music, but I really prefer the movie Pitch Black.
Yeah. Chronicles of Riddick, the first one.
The first one, much better than all the others.
Matt?
We just watched a movie called Fast Color. I really liked it. And it has a color in the title.
Yeah, I would say color counts as meeting the criteria. That's fair. Leigh?
When I was younger, I watched a lot of the Pirates of the Caribbean series. So I guess I would have to say Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl.
Which we did check, and it is the first one. Which is definitely the best of the Pirates movies.
That was
So
my favorite
much
one.
best.
Yeah. And for me, I was going to go with Blues Brothers because I found that on the shelf. But then I was remembering James Bond movies, and Goldfinger is my favorite movie with a color in the title. So moving on to our first question of the week. This question was submitted by Chara.
Oh, yeah?
And her question was, you can only either have a pillow or a blanket for the rest of your life. Which one do you pick?
To sleep with, I assume?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with blanket. I'm always too cold.
I'd probably go with a pillow. Like, not being able to rest my head on a thing would be very uncomfortable.
I hate to have to nitpick, but what are the rules around not having a pillow? Can I not rest my head on anything?
Nope, your head is now just on the mattress. Or if you're on the couch, it's just on the couch. You
That's
cannot
fine.
use your blanket as a pillow.
Or the back of your car seat. You can't, rest your head on the back of an airplane seat or whatever.
That's not
No,
really
that's a
acceptable.
seat backing. I'm going to say that that's okay.
But you can't use those, neck pillows.
I mean, obviously for me, it's blanket.
Yeah.
I'm always cold. I love blankets. I have so many blankets at home.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I could rest my head on my arm. I assume that's allowed.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
just-
it's certainly not comfortable.
But you're uncomfortable if you're cold, so you need a blanket.
Yeah, but you can
can-
heat your room.
Yeah, crank the heat in my room.
And wear clothes to bed.
And wear clothes to bed.
Yeah, but even when it's really hot out and it's too hot for a blanket, I still need a blanket to sleep with.
Because you use a blanket now.
Yeah.
But if you got rid of that, you wouldn't need a blanket.
No.
I feel like you could get used to not having a blanket. Whereas, not having a pillow would cause you, neck problems and, spine issues and stuff like that.
Oh, I think you still have, a mattress isn't that uncomfortable. If it was you had to be on a plank of wood, that would be hard. But if it's just a couch or a mattress, it should be fine.
I'm an old man. I have back and knee problems. When I'm sleeping, I need multiple pillows. I have the pillow for my head. I have the one I'm hugging. I have the one between my knees. All of that stuff to line it up so I don't wake up with a backache.
Yeah, and I have 3 blankets on top of me because I'm frozen.
We're going to have the most awkward looking bed. There's going to be one half that's just blankets and then a line where they all stop and then my half covered in pillows.
Yeah.
You can make your skin smell like anything, but you can't change it. What odor do you pick?
Clean skin.
Oh, that's such a good choice.
That's so boring, though.
I would say brilliant, not boring.
Yeah. You never have to shower again?
You wouldn't want to have, cinnamon? You can
No.
call it skinnamin? And I did just come up with that joke. That wasn't pre-planned.
I don't know. I would have it... No, because even when I wash myself with, my soap bar, I still prefer it when it just smells like clean skin once the ivory soap kind of dissipates.
But you're also not going to smell whatever this smell is.
Yeah, but I don't like scents, and I'm the one who has to be near me the most.
Yeah, but you're going to be used to it. It's going to be other people that smell it more than anything.
Yeah, and clean skin is the best smell. Fine, new baby skin smell.
Yeah, that's gross. I like your first answer.
Yeah, well, people like the smell of new babies, right? Not the smelly parts of them.
I also like the idea of peppermint, but that's kind of an invasive smell.
It's overwhelming.
That's my thought. If you walked into a room and you smell like peppermint, that can flare your nostrils up a little bit. It's a little too strong.
Yeah.
I think I'd want something subtle.
Sometimes you have people come into work and they smell like coconut or floral something or mothballs. We actually had a pair of customers, we used to call them mothballs because they smelled so strongly like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with anything floral. Flowers are bad.
I immediately think bacon because everything has to be bacon these days. But then I also immediately think about all of the terrible decisions I just made by always smelling like bacon.
Yeah. I mean, dogs would love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd really get the animals, but...
And I'd love me for about 5 minutes until I got sick of the smell of bacon.
And then people would love you until they ate their next meal.
That's true.
I would smell like vanilla.
Ooh, vanilla's
I
a
love
good
the
choice.
smell of vanilla.
Yeah.
And
it's strong, but it's not like too strong most of the
it's not
time.
overwhelming.
I like the smell of coconut, but that can be a little overwhelming.
It's hard to overwhelm with vanilla. Vanilla is just like this standard sweet thing.
We add it in baking to kind of bring out some more of the flavor.
It's just, it's in everything. It's just like a standard sweet thing. Like if you think of like, a cake, it's vanilla or chocolate. You think of ice cream, it's like vanilla. Like vanilla is always a thing because it's not off-putting.
What would be worse, to smell like onions or smell like garlic?
Garlic.
Yeah, I think garlic.
Yeah, sometimes you eat roast garlic and then it's, all right, have to cut it up and it just smells so much like it.
I say that as someone who loves the smell of garlic, and I like garlic, but if it was like all the time, garlic is a more overwhelming smell. Onions have that weird, like, kind of sickly sweet.
Would that make you cry?
It would be the first time.
If you told me it was like caramelized onions,
Ooh,
then I'd be
that's
more
good.
interested.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind smelling like carrots.
Ew.
I actually like that idea.
It's kind of earthy. It's a little bit sweet.
Oh, don't smell like parsnips. That smells like urine. Roasted
Okay.
parsnips? Ugh.
Cross that one off the list.
Interesting knowledge there. I wasn't thinking parsnips, but yeah, I'm going with carrots.
Like carrots fresh from the garden.
Yeah,
That's
like
so good.
fresh carrots. It's a good smell.
What if your garden was just recently manured?
Okay, you're really finding all the negatives in my carrots.
Yes. I'm going to go with clean skin.
Yeah, I'm going to say like clean skin, but like about an hour into the day. Like
Yeah.
like a little bit of natural musk, but just a slight
Just a
subtle
touch.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a little bit
Like
of
you had
pheromones.
you had to walk down the stairs. You
Exactly.
haven't had to climb back up. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's like, when did he have time to shower?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And you're sticking with vanilla?
Yep.
I think we nailed it. And I think all of our smells somewhat complement each other, too. So,
Like if we all stood close together, no one would complain.
yeah, it would be like a freshly washed vanilla carrot. What is the biggest contest or reward that you still think you could legitimately win in your lifetime?
Oh, I just wish I could say that I could be like a pro esports player, but I know I can't.
No, reflexes are shot at this point. If you haven't started and you're like, well, it depends. Maybe if it's like, if there was like some kind of strategy game that was slow.
I guess, but I'm thinking like League of Legends or something where like there's almost no players outside their 20s.
Yeah, because you have to be so like fast and have those reflexes. Like any video game I play, I am just way worse than people that are younger than me.
Great British Bake Off.
When are you going to be in Britain to win that?
I don't know, but I could still win it. I have somewhat some baking experience. I've never watched a show, but it sounds like it could be fun.
Okay, interesting.
I could win like a hackathon or something. Like probably just a local one, nothing too like global or national.
Well,
but
even the local one, we're at the pretty techie
oh yeah.
city, so it's still pretty high end compared to if you were like Saskatoon's.
Yeah, I might
Local
travel to Saskatoon. That's a good idea.
To do the local Saskatoon one.
For what it's worth, Saskatoon is the only land-based province, or Saskatchewan is the only land-based province we don't have a single listener from, so insult it away. I've always said I could still legitimately win an Olympic medal in curling. It's the one shot I still have an Olympic medal, but it's just not true. It'll never happen. So me, it's probably some local sports tournament, like maybe win my football league. But even that I'm getting old for. But that's probably the height of my accomplishments.
You might be able to do a fantasy football league.
Yeah, but I could do higher than that. Like,
Fantasy football league with money.
that's true. I mean, ours has money. There's 2 other people, and we play for $50. But the trophy is all that matters. I do win golf tournaments somewhat regularly. It's based nothing to do with me, so maybe that's the highest accomplishment. Would be like a golf tournament.
Well, yeah, you just know how to pair yourself up with previous pro golfers.
Yeah, that was the strategy for curling too.
About 10 years ago, I got my black belt in Taekwondo. I don't know if that really constitutes as winning something, but in my mind, I'm like, I could totally beat someone up. I know I can't, But I'm just picturing myself, like, getting mugged on the street and just kicking their ass.
So your highest trophy you could win is beating up a mugger.
Because
Yeah,
of my
and then the
black belt.
mayor would give her the key to the city.
Yeah, see?
I'm actually picturing Leigh in a tournament with a bunch of, like, 10-year-old kids, and she's
yeah.
out there beating them up with her black belt, like that scene from Seinfeld.
Well, that's savage.
It's a trophy. It's a reward that you could legitimately win.
I won an award for beating up 10-year-old kids.
Hey,
Wow.
a trophy is a trophy, whether
Yeah.
you won, stole, or bought it yourself.
You gotta say it with more pride.
Yeah.
You can have one of any type of space object named after you. What do you pick?
The asteroid that's going to destroy the world.
Not that's wow, that was dark.
The Chara is on its way.
The Chara is coming!
But you would pick an asteroid.
There's so many stars. There's too many of them.
What would you name it? Would it be Chara's asteroid, asteroid Chara, Charasteroid?
Asteroid.
That's pretty good.
Okay, but like, what's a space object? Because I'm thinking, like, space technology.
I
Ooh,
would
yeah,
say
the new space station.
a space station, a satellite to like a heavenly body, a planet, a moon, a black hole, whatever. Any space object you can pick, and it's named after you.
Like the Curiosity. Instead of Curiosity, it'd be the Leigh.
the Leigh
Leigh.
rover.
I'm thinking like the first planet colonized by humankind.
Ooh, there's
It's
the
just
Matt.
Planet Matt.
Planet Matt. I feel like I'd like a
Yeah.
comet. Because like
Halley's Comet, the
yes.
one that keeps coming back?
Because Halley's Comet is like probably one of the most known things in space that people talk about other than the planets. People are always
Or
like, oh,
moon.
Halley's Comet. So if it was like, Kurt's Comet. Like,
Kurt's Comet.
I kind of like Kurt's Comet. It's got a good ring to it, you know? And then I have a tail. And I've always wanted to have a tail.
But you know, like, how famous the Enterprise is? Like, I want to, like, have, like, the biggest, most famous ship named after me.
So you want to have a big space station? Like,
Just the ship.
just the ship, not the International Space Station. Because it could be the International Leigh Station.
The space station is just, it doesn't do anything. The ship goes to different places.
I feel like NASA would disagree.
You want the first like international or interstellar travel ship.
The most famous one.
Okay, the
So
most famous.
whatever Elon Musk is building.
I don't know how far in the future we're going. I'm just saying the most famous one to humanity.
Okay.
Or maybe the most famous one to aliens that exist.
Ah.
Ooh, there you go, there!
Now you're
Just
excited.
every time it's something famous, it's your name, and then something goes for famous. Like, nope, that was actually not the Leigh. That was
Yeah.
the Matt. Now we're going to the
There's just a progression. We'll all have the second most famous spaceship of all time.
Yeah.
I also kind of like the idea of just like, instead of the Milky Way, it's just called the Curt.
Yeah, that was my first thought, was like a solar system or a galaxy.
Yeah. Not just a star, because there's so many of them. People, you can name stars after people
Yeah.
all over
Let's
the
be
place.
honest, Hollywood already has a walk of stars. There's enough of them.
But I just kind of fell on the idea of, 15 billion humans watching the first broadcast of the Pilgrims traveling to the first colonized planet. The big launch, it's a spectacle. There's like cheering and celebrations, and they're just like their first step on the journey to planet Matt.
This one matters. I've rethought my answer.
Yeah.
I want to have an anomaly named after me, so it'd just be the Curt anomaly.
So like the thing that destroys the Leigh.
Yeah, who destroys the Leigh? The Leigh flew directly into the Curt anomaly, and that was the end of it.
I do need a demise. Everything needs a demise.
That's true.
It better be epic.
Space.
The final frontier.
For the next 2 years, you either have to work 6 days a week, or not work at all, but never be allowed to leave your house. Which do you pick? Working 6 days a week or no work, but never leaving your house?
I would never leave my house.
6 years?
Sorry, next 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. I misheard.
But
For
6
2
days
years.
a week.
Yeah.
For 2 years, you have to work 6 days a week, so you get to leave your house, presumably.
Whenever you want.
Or you get to not work. Do I still have an income?
Yes, you have the exact same income either way.
Oh, no, I'd live at my house. I would never need to leave.
You could stand not leaving your house for 2 years?
I can do it easy.
I almost did that already once in my life. And
People
it was A-okay by me.
Yeah. People can come visit me. I can get my groceries delivered. I can learn to do that.
I just think the trap of living in my house for 2 years, I don't want to know what I look like at the end of that. And also, if I chose to not leave my house for 2 years, that's a choice. If I couldn't leave my house for 2 years, that's a prison. And that would drive me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I do see your point there. Can I go anywhere on my property?
No, you're stuck inside your house.
But you can open the windows.
You can open the windows, but you
You can have
cannot go
people
outside.
visit you.
You can't even go garden?
No, you cannot garden. You are stuck inside your
You can
house.
start your gardening plant indoors.
Are we talking like full 8-hour days, 6 days a week?
Yes, 8-hour days, 6 days a week. So 48 hours a week of work.
Of the work I'm currently doing?
Sure.
No. It's way too many people.
But not leaving your house, though.
I can do that. I have 2 weeks off now. I will not leave my house until then to prove the point.
Ugh, I would feel so disconnected because anybody that you see is someone that you have to choose to see. You never get to just see someone you don't know.
Yeah, that's great. The worst thing that ever happened to me during a day is when someone rings my doorbell and I have to answer it.
Yeah.
But think of all the deliveries you'd have to get at the door.
Yeah, but you still live with me.
I guess so.
You can do all my deliveries for me.
Except that I'm working 6 days a week. I'm never home.
Yeah, on your way home, you get me groceries every day.
I don't think I could stand to stay in a house.
My house is pretty big. I'll just have this is my 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. room. This is my 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. room.
Like, you'd use every room for
Every
sure.
room.
Every
I wouldn't
inch.
have a tenant anymore. Kick them out. I have a second room.
I don't think you could do it without going crazy.
I think I could. Let's try it. I'll quit my job. I'll live at home forever. You can go to work 6 days a week. You can support us.
Leigh, what would you do?
No, I would go to work. I
You actually
really
enjoy your
I
job.
love to tell myself that I'm antisocial because people suck. But if I don't go to work and I don't have any social outlet to have, then I just go crazy.
Yeah,
I
but
had 3 weeks off once. I don't know what I would have done without talking to people.
Even
I
if I
hate
don't-
admitting it, but
Even if I don't talk to people, you go to the grocery store and at least you
Yeah.
see people. You're around people.
Yeah.
Yes, in your house you have your friends, but it's different than being with random people in public. I think it centers you and makes you not crazy. Because the further removed you are from people, the more you're like, no one else exists. And that's not a good place to be.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to clarify at the start, because I could not do 6 years. Or, probably not 4 years. 2 years I think I could handle. 2 years, it actually goes by faster than you think. And I would do a lot of online gaming. I'd have people over. I'd do everything to stay social that I could. But leaving the house is important. So there's, just going to the grocery store, like you said. There is a limit for sure.
That's true. That's kind of why I went with 2 years. I thought, if you're going 4 years, what's the point of living if you're not leaving your house for 4 or 5 years?
I just honestly think I might go crazy. I'd get to the end of it and I'd think I'm normal, but I'm actually not.
Yeah.
We define ourselves so much on our interactions with other people. It's crazy.
I agree with that. So, with it being 2 years, Chara, you're staying at home?
I can do 2 years.
And Matt, you're staying at home?
I'm staying at home. Couple caveats. I want to be able to pick up my career exactly where I left it off.
That's fair. I'd give you that.
I want the same income, like you said. And I think I want to make sure that Leigh is working.
No, because
You
if
need
you...
your own personal time. Imagine if you're both at home.
Literally
God.
can't leave the house. Both of us.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Really? You really think that you would get sick of me
I
after
think-
this long together? We
I
can't
think-
stand to be in a separate room. Really?
I think after 2 years, we would start to go a little crazy. We would get a little crazy about each other. Or drive each other
Crazy in love.
If you could have a personalized license plate, what would you go with?
I've thought about this so much.
Is it using the rules?
Yes,
of
then the rules
BC?
are that it has to be 6 characters.
I used to have one. When I was younger, I knew the answer to this because I loved cars and I thought a lot about personalized license plates and which ones weren't super dumb.
It's hard to come up with one that's not super dumb, which almost takes comedy out of it. You're better off going with something that's not, funny. Because funny always ends up dumb.
Chara's?
That's so boring.
I know, but I can't think of anything else. That's like literally the first thing is like Chara, I guess mine. So
I don't want to identify myself.
Yeah,
and I don't
like
want to
being
stand
anonymous.
out, so I don't want one.
yeah,
Is that an answer?
yeah. I actually don't want one. I don't like it when people can tell who I am. I like anonymity.
I don't know if this is going the way you thought it would, but like my sort of fallback answer is like I'll make it a random sequence of characters.
That'd be pretty funny. Like a random license plate.
Yeah.
Well-
maybe I'll put like the middle digit in that you're allowed to do with the custom ones, just so they know it's custom. But then they'll be trying to figure out what it means, and it's actually
like,
nothing.
what does 4H42A mean?
Yeah, it's like
Well, it'd be pretty funny too because license plates always follow a thing. At least where we live, it goes like V9L.
Yeah,
Or
it's
wait,
like a
sorry, what am I
postal
talking
code.
about? It's not like that. That's the postal code. License plates, go like 3 letters and then 3 numbers. So
Yeah.
if you did it backwards, so if you went 3 4 3 H1 or HIO whatever, like if you did the numbers first and then the letters, because no one would notice it until someone did and went, wait, how come his numbers are first?
I like it to be something easy because I don't ever remember my license plates for anything. But when you have to go and sign for something, and now for parking, you have to put your license plate because they're trying to take all your money. You can't give you a parking pass to someone else.
So if yours was like 1 2 3 ABC,
Yeah.
yeah, nice and easy to remember.
Something easy that I can remember.
Mine-
Because I never remember. There's an X involved somewhere.
mine's pretty simple. When I first bought my car, there was a CD in it. So when I left the dealership, I pressed the button to turn on the radio, and Justin Bieber's Greatest Hits started blasting. So immediately I named my car Bieber. So my license plate would literally just be Bieber.
Yeah.
So
I think there's something to be said for just like the number 1.
just a 1.
Just a 1.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Just 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like
thinking of changing my answer now. And what I'm thinking is just having the most confusing to write down license plate possible. So that if somebody wants to write down your license plate, they can't figure it out. Like a bunch of 1s and a bunch of L's, but you can't really see what they are because the font's like a little bit off.
Yeah, so
O's
it'd be
and
like
zeros?
1L1SS5.
Yeah, but it has to be lowercase L's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no S's and 5s. Just 1L111L.
Oh, the binary. Something.
Binary's 8 digits, though.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Still unique if it's binary. Because then you're like, look, I'm a
But-
programmer.
But you can put a decal around.
Excuse me, did you say decal?
Yeah.
Decal?
How do you
Decal.
even pronounce that?
Decal?
Decal.
Decal?
Pickle.
Is it decal?
It's definitely decal.
Okay, I've only ever read it, and I've always said decal.
Decal.
But I am French.
I'm going to make Chara's license plate decal.
So, but you have like the whatever
Like
thing
the
around.
vanity
Like a vanity
border.
border, and you can add an extra O in one, and then you can have a binary thing.
Fair.
I feel
There we
like the
go.
police might complain about your vanity border that adds letters
Yeah,
to
but they
your...
have to find me.
You can only do one dance move for the rest of your life. What do you go with?
I would do the Gale
The Gale?
What's the
from
Gale?
Letterkenny. Because
Oh.
it creeps Curt out so much. All you do is you stare at someone and thrust your hips.
That's the best answer.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go with too.
The Gale,
Oh my
so when Chara
God.
does this, she turns her body to a weird angle from you,
Yeah.
makes eye contact and stares at you, gets really rigid all at once, and then thrusts her hips while like licking her lips, and it's the worst dance
Yep.
of all time.
And
sounds
it bothers
like the
you
Gale.
so much. It's great.
What bothers me is when you do it because you're like, I'm gonna be sexy, and I'm
No!
like, this is the most
There's nothing sexy about this. I'm doing it to creep you out.
And then she'll always be like, hey there.
Yes, because I'm imitating the character.
It is
It's
so
amazing.
So funny.
It is the worst. If you had like the YMCA, like something that's specific to one song, but it's your only option, so no matter what comes on, like the chicken dance is playing at a wedding and you're standing there doing the YMCA because it's literally the only move you're allowed to do.
Like the shoulder shimmy.
Yeah, see, I would have to go with some like super white person dance move, just like the finger point or like not quite like stir the pot, but I need something like that, something real basic.
Yeah, I think you can just do the finger point.
I'd probably do the standing one arm up finger point. That
Yeah.
would probably be it. Either that or like the Thriller like hand claw dance part, because that can go to any song.
So, can I add this one dance move to my current one dance move of like holding my two hands up and just like moving side to side a bit?
Yeah.
Or do I have to like replace that with a new dance move?
Well,
No, yeah.
it sounds like you just described your one dance move.
Yeah, this is my one dance move. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I do
it's
it all the
like-
time. You know, you,
I guess the listeners can't see us, but we're all dancing in
Yeah.
a chair
Look,
right now.
okay,
Yeah.
picture when your dad was at a wedding and his wife made him dance awkwardly, and the exact dance he did, no matter if it was a fast song or a slow song, that's what they're all doing
yeah.
right now.
I think you just move your shoulders and your hands.
Yeah, shoulders and hands moving in rhythm,
Dad move.
kind of to whatever the
Yeah.
beat is, and like look on the face of, man, I don't want to be here right now, unless there's alcohol involved, and then it gets to the point of like, I'm loving this, I'm not embarrassing.
I love dancing in the supermarket. At the grocery store, their music just gets me in a groove.
So are you doing like the grocery store shopping, like the push the cart, grab the items?
No,
dance move?
I'm always just like moving my feet along,
Yeah.
you know, like doing a little two-step thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just like lamely bob my head or something. If I can't do like
At least
all
if
the
it's on
dance
beat.
moves, like when I dance, I do like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I twirl around and like move my hips and stuff. I can't do any of that, so I'll just like lamely bob my head and give up.
Yeah, picking any form of spin or twirl is a bad option here, because then you're just
Yeah.
standing there spinning like a top, getting really, really dizzy.
Yeah, and
So-
I can't spin more than once, or I get like nauseous.
Just like
so...
did like your head body shake thing, you'd probably have like brain damage by the end of the first song. Just like constantly doing that.
Oh, I have
Dark.
the caveat that if I can only do one dance move, at least it's on beat for whatever dance I'm doing.
Well, I mean, you'd have enough time to practice that one move to get on beat with it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the
Just
moving the,
white
shoulder,
man dance.
shoulder, and you give your thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up one. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
how
I've
I
got
like
the finger
it.
waggle. That's all I ever do.
Yeah, I'll give up to Gail for the thumbs up.
I very much appreciate that.
Okay, wait, no, if Chara's giving up the gale, I'm taking it.
What animal has the most undeserved reputation?
Undeserved.
Oh, like, I see, I was gonna say pit bulls, but that's a breed, not an animal in general.
I would give you that. I'd say a breed of dog.
Pit bulls.
Yeah.
I was going to say sharks.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
you're right.
Like, sharks get a whole week. They're considered this vicious killer, and it's like very few people die from sharks. It's not a common thing. The other one is spiders. Everyone's afraid of spiders. Spiders are
For
a
a
good,
reason. They're scary.
but they're
No, they are bad.
They're creepy.
They're creepy. They're meant to be scary.
they kill other bugs.
That's fine. They are scary to me because they're supposed to kill other bugs.
They kill
That's
other
fine.
bugs, and
No.
they don't kill people.
No, spiders have
they're
the
gonna bite
reputation that they need.
But how many people die from spider bites?
It
It's-
doesn't matter. They're still scary.
Okay, apparently spiders have deserved that
Deserve their reputation.
But sharks are brutalized by humans.
Mm-hmm.
They're like nearing extinction.
And most of it's because, like, it doesn't matter. It's a shark.
Yeah.
Like, sharks are bad. It's like, well,
Well, shark
not
fin
really.
soup, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that the...
Yeah, they
Delicates.
cut off the fins and just throw the living shark back in the water. Yeah, it's crazy.
Undeserved.
I was gonna say cats. So I'm just not a cat fan, and the world loves cats, but cats scratch, and they're
The other way
loud,
around.
and they don't smell good, and they're just mean.
It's a
you're-
fair point.
You're saying they don't deserve their good reputation.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
going
brilliant.
opposite here.
That's a fair assessment of this question. I mean, if you look at it, people love cats. But cats clearly hate people.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're like, oh, the cat loves me, that's the first step in the video that ends with the cat scratching the person in the face.
Yeah.
Dogs. They're so dumb.
Yeah, but dogs just want to be your best friend. Are you saying...
No, most of them are so dumb.
So you're saying they don't deserve their reputation as being smart?
No, most of them are dumb. Or like man's best friend. They just want the food. They don't care about you.
No, they're pack animals. They're loyal to a
Dogs
fault.
love people. We saw the cutest puppy we've ever seen in our
Yeah.
entire lives today walking home. It was like this 10-week-old golden doodle. Cutest little thing, and it just wanted to hug us and kiss us. Oh my god. It was
Yeah, we just saw this puppy. There's no way you can convince us dogs are bad.
You're with dog people here.
yeah.
It was like literally a magic puppy.
If my
Of like-
What
brother...
about rats? They're not all dirty and gross. Some of them can be smart if you clean them.
It's true.
Yeah, but rats still spread a terrible amount of disease, and...
That's
true.
because we give out too many diseases.
If we gave them homes and showers.
Yeah.
They'd still multiply like crazy.
We're not talking about bunnies.
No, rats are super gross. They leak.
Yeah, rats.
Leak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rats just walk around peeing all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Never
Yeah.
mind. I just meant like lab rats. Let's keep the lab rats. Throw out the rest.
Aren't those mice?
Lab rats are still
No, there's some rats
They
too.
use both.
They
Do
use
they?
all of it.
Are rats smarter than mice?
Don't know.
I don't know.
I know that when they typically are doing like drug trials and stuff like that, they usually talk about mice.
Yes. But that's because they are smaller and breed faster, while rats you would do for like an intelligence test. Like a crow. Crows are so smart. Corvids have the best. And it's not the undeserved. They have the best deserve.
See, I would say crows are rated high, though. Like, people don't underrate crows. They don't get undeserved attention.
Yeah.
Everyone loves how smart crows are.
Yeah.
People hate how vicious they are around their nests.
But that makes sense.
But that's also deserved. I think crows have a exactly deserved reputation.
exactly deserved reputation. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's unfair how we treat the sharks.
Yeah. They don't kill enough people to be considered so deadly.
So what did you choose, Char?
Oh, I don't remember.
She chose that spiders are the worst.
Deserving of their reputation.
Spiders are deserving of their reputation. Crows are deserving of their reputations. I now think rats are deserving of their reputations.
Okay, so Chara just pointed out what was deserved.
Yeah.
Matt decided that pit bulls do not deserve the reputation.
No, that's
It's
true.
The owners deserve the reputations that pit bulls have.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
And Leigh has decided that cats don't deserve the reputation as a good
Yep.
thing. They're the worst.
Cats suck.
I feel like
They
if any
scratch.
of my podcasts are going to get hate mail, that comment right there, that's it. I have both support for pit bulls and hate for cats. My inbox is going to be full.
The internet cat lovers are going to hunt us down.
Oh, yeah, there's that thingamabobber.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift?
No.
What?
Quantum physics. What are your thoughts?
I mean, quantum physics is actually a very interesting study. Like, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast on it, and he got into it and like quantum probabilities and that kind of stuff and explained it at like a dumbed down level. And it's super neat. Like, when they get into like the many worlds theory and that kind of stuff, if they explain it to a level where you finally get it, it's like, oh, I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I watch 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and the math host, Rachel Riley, she's a mathematician and she has a degree in quantum physics, and they always ask her questions about that, trying to make fun of her on the 8 out of 10 Cats portion versus just the countdown portion. But she like brings up super cool points.
Yeah, well, because Rachel Riley's awesome, by
Yeah.
the way. She's super hilarious and super smart.
Yeah.
So, fantastic.
How do you know her?
I've watched some of the Countdown stuff.
Ah.
I like Countdown. Countdown's a really good show that I wish we had in North America.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't work in North America. They've tried.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, the North American audience prefers dumber game shows.
Yeah.
That
it's
one's
way too
actually
smart.
very difficult.
But 8 out of 10 Cats Does the Countdown is hilarious.
Does quantum factor into programming at all?
No, unless you're doing quantum computing, which I have no idea what that is.
Which completely changes programming, is my understanding, which terrifies me. So, you know how our parents don't understand technology, and we're like, oh, come on, you just have to, like, use it, and then you get it.
Yeah, just double click. You'll. No,
But they
no,
just can't
that's-
figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, these kids are, like, taking over with their technology, and we're becoming obsolete. I know that in another, like, 20 years, I'm going to be some old fogey who still programs on, like, old-style computers, and all the, like, 20-year-olds coming out of college are going to be doing quantum programming, and I'm just not going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it.
You can see that's like the fence that's going to get thrown up for you as you get older.
Absolutely.
I'm the same with VR. I'm checked into like technology and video games and all of that until VR, and I can tell it's like 20 years from now, that's going to be the thing, and I'm going to be like, why don't you kids just play Mario? And they'll be like, a screen? What do you
Yeah.
mean a controller? So
Yeah.
it's good to know where that is, and yeah, I can see quantum being that level.
I have not accepted that there's going to be a set of technology that I'm not going to understand.
You're
I'm
still
just
young.
too
You're still
stubborn.
so young.
Yeah.
That's
too
because you
stubborn.
get Snapchat, though.
Snapchat's on the.
I don't have to understand the culture.
Okay.
I just have to
Down.
understand the technology.
You do, but wait until we introduce quantum Snapchat.
It's not just facial recognition. It's cyber recognition. I obviously don't know what quantum or Snapchat does.
Quantum's interesting because you have to throw out all of your common sense when you when you try and look at quantum, the way the quantum mechanics and quantum physics work. You have to throw out all of your common sense.
Yeah. Like quantum physics, the very simple example of quantum physics is if you take a particle, I'm going to screw this up entirely, so don't mathematically or scientifically hold me on this, but if you take a particle, you can look at it and you can see the way that it rotates. And if you throw it through a graphene sheet, you know based off its rotation that it's either going to go counterclockwise or clockwise. And what quantum shows is it doesn't matter what you know. It will spin one random way. And the whole point about the multiple worlds theory is in one world, it went clockwise, and in the other, it went counterclockwise.
Like Spider into the Universe.
Exactly. Like into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Or Spider into the Universe. But the basics of it is you look at a thing and go, well, based off all the information we have, we can predict how this is going to go. Because all science is based off the information, we can make a prediction. The whole point of quantum is, based off the information, it's completely random. And that's great. But it's impossible to wrap your head around.
Yeah, I love the multi-world theory. Multi-universe.
It makes for fantastic movies.
So many good new movies.
I don't know if I buy fully into it because I don't believe in infinity.
Most of the time, it's, when you think about it, it's someone from universe A going to universe B and how that changes. Or, oh, this person didn't die in universe B, so therefore this is all changed. And it's so cool.
And in every sci-fi series... Mm-hmm. The multiple universe episode is one of the best episodes. That and the Groundhog Day episode. Because every show has the Groundhog Day where it's repeating and the multiple universe episode.
Yeah, because then like with those multiple universe episodes, you get to see the character, but you get to spin it in one slightly different way.
Yeah.
And it's just so interesting with
Vampire
character
Willow.
development.
She's so slutty.
So the expression you guys are going to try to guess the root of this week is straight from the horse's mouth.
All right. So there used to be this TV show with a horse. Then they would put peanut butter to make him look like he's talking.
Mr. Ed is what you're describing?
Yes. So then he would, I assume, always speak the truth. From there, he'd be like, straight from the horse's mouth was their like tagline or whatever, because the horse was always saying the truth.
Ah, so when they were like, ooh, how do you stay in a well? And Mr. Ed was like, Davy, if you don't go near a well, you won't fall out of it.
Yeah, straight from the horse's mouth.
Ah, fair enough.
There we go. My answer was just too good.
Yeah, I don't know how I can top that.
Really long time ago, horses used to be seen as prophets, truth tellers. So straight from the horse's mouth is just the truth teller.
So they would just be like, they'd go up to a horse and they'd ask it questions and then pretend it was like an 8-ball and be like, oh, well, he whinnied right after we said that. This must be the correct action. Or he neighed and it's like, no, do not invest in bean sprouts.
Yeah, they were just really smart.
That was actually a really good guess, but it was actually that the horse's teeth used to be used by fortune tellers. They'd like throw the teeth on the table and they'd use that, like tea leaves kind of thing. So it was straight from the horse's mouth because they were using the horse's teeth to tell fortunes.
Teeth leaves, as they were known.
Exactly.
Right.
So surprisingly, as usual, no one got it, though it does involve the horse's teeth. So this expression came from in the 1900s when they used to sell horses. What they would do is the best way to check the age of a horse was to look at its teeth, because you could tell how old a horse is by looking at its teeth. So if they wanted to figure out the age, they wouldn't ask the buyer. They would get it straight from the horse's mouth by looking at its teeth. Now, the other expression that's related to is you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, which was the same thing. When someone gave you a horse as a present, you don't open its mouth and be like, oh, well, it's this old. So both expressions are linked.
That explains the straight from the rings of the tree expression.
Tremendous.
No, the only good tree expression is can't see the tree in the forest.
It's not an expression.
It is! I'll make it so! Thanks for listening to the On Point List podcast. Hope you had fun.
Again, she stole the intro and the outro. Best way you can support us is to tell a friend, especially if they live in any of the non-common states where there's basically no people trying to get downloads from each of those. But yeah, we did hit our 1,000 download mark for the year, so thank you very much, everyone, for all the support, and I really appreciate you guys making that push and making it happen. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.